What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to today's episode of Why'd I Buy a Mini Truck? As you can see, we have been rolling on the Blue King cab today. So, up here, went ahead, I did cut my core sport, radiator sport, whatever. The goal here is we're going to keep this top section that runs across to here. I got it over here. I made the cuts as clean as possible. So what I'll do is go back and drill out these spot welds, take those little arms off. We're going to utilize the brace that goes across and then down, bolts right there to the front for the hood. And then as far as this webbing goes for the lights, we're going to wait to see how extensive we get into cutting for when we do the tubs in the front. Honestly, a lot of this might not even be here. So we're just going to hold off on that. But what's going to happen is we're going to make it so you can bolt it in and out. It'll be really nice. Worst case scenario, we just do a tubular, radiator support. Like, it's not a huge deal. Everything right now is taken off of the motor that is attached anywhere else. So heater core lines off. I did unbolt the power steering, set it to the side because I don't really want to mess with that drain of that fluid just yet. We have the fuel lines disconnected, radiators out, obviously. Tomorrow, I'm going to be coming in here. We're going to be draining the transmission fluid, unbolting the drive shaft, unbolting stuff like this throttle cable that runs across here, since we're going to use the one that comes on the KA. We're also going to go ahead and unbolt our speed sensor. Pretty much just clean the firewall up a little bit. And then when the engine transmission comes out, we're really just going to dive in. The new tubs are on the way. So that'll be really cool. Because, we can't have this. At least not on this build. So, like I said before, what we are going to do is we're going to cut a little bit higher, and we're going to fix that hole back here in the firewall from where the tire was rubbing. Kind of maybe bring that tub in a little bit, try to maybe do it on each side. We'll see what we got as far as clearance goes. I would like to make it so you can bolt and unbolt the tubs. It might be a little extra work and a few things we have to sort out, but I'd like to where you can unbolt it. So if you ever need to service anything in here, you can. The new tubs are going to come and then they're going to be closed off. So there's going to be like a little tiny right here where you can mount whatever to it, probably like coil pack stuff. That's pretty much it today, right? Like, got it in here. Air compressor's working great. Everything's wired up for them back there. It's kind of a mess right now. Don't look in there. But in about a minute and 30 seconds, fills up this 5-gallon tank, and we can air up super easy. So very excited about that. Tomorrow, I got a little list of things we're going to do, and then we're just going to take our time on this. So I'm not going to post a video every day about the stuff that I do in here. This will probably be the last video that you see until we pull the engine out. Tomorrow, though, one of my to-do lists is I need to get hardware. So I need to get some trans hardware. I need a 5-inch bolt to go through the engine stand tunnel into the block. Now, all 4 ports here are threaded that we're going to be using, so that's good. We'll just make sure we don't go too deep so we don't crack anything. But I'm pretty excited, man. This is going to be super fun. So this engine will come out this weekend, and then we'll kind of dive in a little bit more. So we'll be pulling the manual rack off the black truck. We're going to put the manual rack in here so the rest of this power steering stuff can come out. I'm just going to pull the whole thing as an assembly, and whoever gets it, they can drain the fluids and do all that jazz. We're going to pull stuff like the booster, all these lines along the firewall, pretty much strip this whole thing down, pull the heater core out. We're going to give it a nice good cleaning, give it a flush. I might even just replace it, honestly. Why not? The ports look a little wonky. So I'm just really excited to dive into this engine bay, shave it. We're going to tub it, tuck it. It's just going to be as tight as a 18-year-old girl. So very excited about that. Smooth as a baby's bottom. That's pretty much it. And then while we're working in here, when we're all done, we're going to give it a nice coat of paint, clean it up, clean up the frame rails. I am going to be pressure washing this thing. There is just a list of things we're going to do before we drop the engine back in. Like we're going to do boxed upper control arms. We're going to modify the lower control arms so we can run a shock. We're going to flip them so that the ball joint angle isn't so extreme like it is on here. So that's fairly straightforward. Roadie Fab's got a kit to box it up. That's exactly what we're going to do. Give the frame rails a nice coat of black steel it. Probably just go with a satin. Part of me wants to pull the cab off. I know that sounds crazy, but I want to pull the cab off so I can steel it the whole frame. And this way we can kind of put it on a frame table even and maybe cut off the reinforcement plates that are on the bottom right now or add to them and then steel it. I'm not 100% sure. I am going to do Roadie Fab's cross member kit in the front, so we have a little bit more protection for the pan. And overall, we're just going to clean this up. We're going to fill a lot of these holes that we're not using. We're just going to, like I said, we're going to shave it up. It's going to look great. We are going to get rid of these wheels, I've decided. I mean, they're great. They look cool for the most part. I mean, they're just OEM wheels, right? The downside is that they're rubbing super hard when you turn. And that's something we just can't have. Like, I can't go full lock without it just digging into something in here. And that is not what I want to have happen. So we'll address that. I mean, I'm just excited to get the ball rolling. So stay tuned for that video. That's going to be coming out probably next Sunday or Monday. That's going to have all the cool stuff where the motor's going to be out and we're going to start cutting some things out. I am, like I said, going to try to start filming with the GoPro so I can edit some things together, kind of give you guys a live view of what's happening. I know it's just been updates, but I'm just working with what I got. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have an awesome day and I'll catch you in the next one.